Of the two of us, Molly is usually the one that has the crazier ideas. But
True.
whenever you've got a couple and one has crazier ideas, it really helps if the other one is willing to go along with it and willing to say yes.
Let's tell you all about a little date night we had. It was kind of spur of the moment, really. It was a Friday night. I looked in the refrigerator and, well, there's this and there's that, and I could make this and I could make that, and I could go ask Joe, well, would you like this or would you like this? And I'm like, I'll just make a menu. So I drew up a little menu. It had appetizers, it had salad choices and entree choices, and I drew it all up and I took it out to him and said, here's the menu for this evening and you pick whatever you want. And you loved that.
It was great. It was like going out, except you didn't have to hassle going out.
And then later I took the idea a little further and I gave him, I guess you could call it a dessert menu, but it was more like sensual or little sexual
Erotic
favors that you could choose from.
I didn't know the rules. Initially, I selected everything on the menu. It was dessert after all. That was really a nice surprise to get a dessert menu so elaborate. It outdid the dinner.
No, it didn't. The dinner was great.
Yeah, dinner was great too.
I can hear, and I've heard this before, well, how come Molly's the one? She's the woman, so she's the one doing all the work here. She's doing the cooking. She's doing the coming up with the ideas. And Joe just has to sit back and, what would you say to that?
It's a good gig if you can get it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I try to pull my part around here. Of the two of us, Molly is usually the one that has the crazier ideas. But
True.
whenever you've got a couple and one has crazier ideas, it really helps if the other one is willing to go along with it and willing to say yes, because then not only do you benefit from these crazy ideas, but then it inspires her to go do more crazy ideas next time.
So you're making the point that somebody who's suggesting, hey, let's go try this, that the partner has a huge contribution to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
By saying yes, even when their first instinct might be to, oh, I don't feel like doing that, that's too much trouble. Obviously, me handing you a menu is not a lot of trouble, but there are lots of crazy things that I've suggested that a lesser person might say, oh, I don't want it, that scares me, that, and there are legitimate reasons that you might say no to something, but you've never said no to anything.
I think I learned early on that saying yes is way more beneficial than saying no. And let's talk about this for a second, because if I had shut Molly down, let's say she was all excited. It was a great idea. It really was clever. She did it up. She put some time into it.
Some other idea, you mean?
What's that? No, this particular one. Okay. I mean, all your ideas are great, but this particular one was very clever. And if I had said, "Oh, I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like any fun to me."
Or I don't care. Just make whatever you want.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I would have just completely shut her down. She probably never would have come up with a good idea again.
Make your own dinner.
That would have been her next good idea. You make your own dinner.
And no dessert for you, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah. And I gotta say, you do your own creative offerings. When it was just last week, I think, was our 17th anniversary, which we never remember them. We've done
she
videos.
Reminded me for the 17th time that it was our anniversary. No,
I didn't remind you. Well, the calendar reminded me, and then I told you that the calendar says it's our anniversary.
Right.
Then he's like later, well, it's our anniversary. How about I give you a massage? And that was quite wonderful.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I hope you have fun with the make your lover a menu for a date.
And I would love to show you what was on the menu, especially the dessert menu. But we're out of time. Sorry.